Well, good evening, friends. Thank you for joining the Dad and Lad podcast. A little late tonight. Our apologies as we had some commitments previous to this. Again, thank you for listening in. A few things that you could do for us if you're watching on Facebook. Make sure you give this video a share and a like. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time we go live. If you're listening to the podcast, we appreciate a 5-star review and give us your 2 cents on what you think about a Dad and a Lad talking their experience with Notre Dame football. So tonight, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about a little Boston College preview this Saturday, Chestnut Hill, 3:30 ESPN. We'll get to that. Want to give a shout out before we get started, Micah, to our friends in Richmond, Indiana, who just had their first Chick-fil-A open today. Oh, that's a big deal. It's a big deal for our friends in Richmond, Indiana. Micah, what's your go-to at Chick-fil-A?
Number one, no pickle, fries, Chick-fil-A sauce, and whatever drink I feel like. Which is usually Doc's Pepper.
That's pretty much the same thing I get. Definitely number one. Definitely no pickle. Pickles are nasty. Let's just put that out there. Pickles and bananas. I don't know what's worse. You like bananas,
I love bananas.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Banana bread, fantastic. Bananas straight up, might as well give me dog food. I'd rather have that. Yeah, no pickle, fries. I don't even need sauce. Like, I can do some Chick-fil-A sauce or some Polynesian sauce, a little poly as we call it. I don't need sauce. I just eat it straight. And lately I've been on a diet lemonade kick. Keeps the kidney stones away. Look out for those when you get older, my friend. Never a pain such as that 13 months ago. So, big fan of our friends on at Chick-fil-A in Richmond, Indiana. If you guys see this, hey, we'd love to hear from you sometime. For those of you that have any questions or comments, feel free to throw those into the chat, and we'll be sure to acknowledge you and, maybe go back and forth a little bit. But Micah, we already talked about our previous game against USC, which was glorious. They had a bye week as well. They get back after it this week. I was so thankful for a bye week. Home game or away game, it's all stressful for me. Home games are just extra tiring, especially a night game because we don't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning and then up and early on Sunday. But all right, let's take a look at the Boston College Eagles. I'll be honest, we are looking at stats, and there is not much to shout about. In fact, I'm going to start with this. The highlight of their team is their kicking. Their kicker, Luca Lombardo, is 25-25 for extra points and 11-11 on field goals. So more power to you when your kicking is the highlight of your team. Micah, just looking at the starting offense, what sticks out to you?
Nothing. The name, boy. Turbo Richard.
Turbo Richard, their starting running back. That's one of the best names I've ever heard of. Turbo Richard. Even better than Nitro Tuggle, if I had to say so. There's not much to say. Dylan Lonergan, their starting quarterback, he's throwing 67% on the year, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Crazy enough for a team, their offense, they don't even have 3,000 yards of production so far. So we're looking at the defense. Sedarius McConnell, 2.5 sacks on the year. That's their high producer defensive lineman. Their leading receiver, Lewis Bond, 56 receptions for 547 yards. He's got a touchdown. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say. Looking at their schedule, they are 1-7. They won their first game against Fordham, Yahoo. And then, honestly, they've lost every game. Nothing's been incredibly close. They came close against Cal, 28-24. At home, they lost to Cal. Lost to a tough Louisville team, 38-24. Got blown out by what we are seeing to be as an underperforming Clemson team. They got beat 41-10. Went toe-to-toe with UConn of all teams. They got Notre Dame. They got us Saturday. SMU the week after that. Georgia Tech the week after that. And they may get a win against Syracuse
Mm-hmm.
Saturday after Thanksgiving. So we're looking at a 2-9 team here, maybe at best. Poor Bill O'Brien. I don't know what to do. Nevertheless, Micah, let's just jump to it. Let's talk. Let's predict our offensive and defensive MVPs and score prediction.
I think my offensive MVP is going to be CJ Carr. I think he's going to have a huge.
He's gonna sling it.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna sling it.
My defensive MVP, Drake Bowen.
Drake Bowen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drake Bowen's been coming on
Mm-hmm.
after a rough start. That speed and tenacity has made itself clear in the last 4 or 5 games. Offense. I'm gonna go Jadarian Price. I think Love will get his in the first half, but I really think we'll be in a position to where we can save him a little bit. And both of those guys, JD Price and Love, they don't need to play 3/4 of every game the rest of the way. Get a half in for each of them and call it a day. And see a little Aeneas Williams, maybe a little Nolan James. Maybe that'd be fantastic if we could see him. Jabron Payne. Why not? Let's bring him into the fold too. So yeah, I'm gonna go JD Price. I think they're just gonna rest J Love a bit this week. Defensive MVP. I am gonna go. Did I say Boubacar last time against USC?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Boubacar.
Okay.
Boubacar Traore. Yeah, their offensive line is not intimidating at all. A 1-7 football team. They're not even a rival. Let's be honest. We might be their rival.
They're not ours.
They're not our rival. So I hope everybody stays healthy. Let's just say that much. Final score prediction, Micah.
63-3.
Wow.
This will not be close.
I appreciate that. And that is just fine with me if we can do that. Yeah. I was going to go in the 50s, like 56. I'm going to go 56-7 with a garbage touchdown in the end.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those, but it's not going to be close. We're going to relax.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Hopefully.
ourselves on TV, 3:30 ESPN. Yeah. That's about it for Boston College.
Yeah.
Now,
The great
the
news.
Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. And this is a gift from the Lord. Everybody knows it by now. On Sunday, Brian Kelly was relieved of his duties at Louisiana State University, the Tigers, after getting absolutely slaughtered in the second half by Texas A&M. They held tight in the first half, but my gosh, that Aggie squad,
They're good.
gosh, they came out firing.
I was
on
looking.
all
Our loss
cylinders.
looks so good.
Yeah, we keep it up by all
Mhm.
means. Hey, Mike Elko and the Fighting Aggies, we are pulling for you the rest of the season. And when you see this, just know we got you. We got your back. Brian or Micah, I want to talk a little bit about Notre Dame football before Brian Kelly, before you were born. Had a lot of dark years, my friend. Again, growing up in the Lou Holtz era, I got used to winning. Chick-fil-A, right, Travis? A little chicky there. Good to hear from you. Or is Brian Kelly the chicken? I don't know. Maybe so. Yeah, so growing up, Micah, when I was your age and younger, grew up in the Lou Holtz era. We were 10, 11 win team every year, a chance at a national championship. And when he was done in 95, 96, gosh, it was a long run. A few bright moments here and there, but largely lackluster football. Every year, it was just like, man, we'd lose 2 or 3 games, and the rest of the season's like, what are we doing? And that was before the playoff era, obviously. It wasn't even a 4-team playoff. In fact, some of it was before the BCS era in 98, so they weren't even taking the top 2 teams. It was just whatever bowl game you got selected to is what you did. We had a few overachieving team in the Bob Davie years around the turn of the century. Went to Fiesta Bowl, got absolutely slaughtered by Chad Ochocinco and the Oregon State Beavers. There's some other big names on that Oregon State team as well that I'm not remembering. But and then we had the Tyrone Willingham era. Again, one of the coolest years of me being a fan and being in attendance was 2003, I believe it was. Maybe it was 2002. I think it was 3. It was Ty's first year. We're 7-0, 8-0. We go on the road, beat Florida State handily, and we're like, oh my gosh, we're back. We're back. We're going to do it. And did I ever tell you a story about the night of the Boston College game following that Florida State game?
Mm-mm.
So I must have been a senior. So it was 2002. We had a lock-in at our church that night, that Friday night before the Boston College game. And again, we're 8-0. We just beat Florida State on the road. That's, I'm not even talking about 93 Florida State. I know you've heard about that game. And then we lost to Boston College the next week. This was 2002. And me and my best friend, Aaron, we stayed up all night and we knew we were going to the game the next day. And I want to say back then, we might have been kicking off at 1:30 or maybe even noon. We used to kick off a lot earlier. But anyway, we went back to my house after the lock-in. We crashed for a couple hours and we got out of bed. Like our bodies hurt. We were so tired. We're like, we got to go. We got to go. Boston College. We're going to do this. And of course, we lose to Boston College. Absolute heartbreaker. And, you know, the drive home, as we've said on this show, after a loss is silent. And that's exactly what this was. We were already tired going into the game. We were super tired after the game. We're driving home. We get to the corner of Lincoln Way and Ironwood in South Bend. We're a half mile from my house. And I fall asleep at the wheel. And my car hits a curb, like a huge curb, and jacks up the wheel like you're not driving from that. And basically had to walk home. It's not that far from there, but nevertheless, just to add insult to injury, or injury to insult in that case, that was a horrible memory. And then we had a little, Ty's teams went off the rails at that point. Some good talent, but not a recruiter, not a developer, but a fantastic guy. Tyrone Willingham was. Then we get into the Charlie Weiss era in those first 2 years. Brady Quinn, Jeff Smarja, Tommy Zibikowski, Maurice Stovall, Darius Walker. I mean, the list goes on and on. We were right there. First 2 years, we had a chance to take it there, ended up in BCS Bowls, which was a big win. And then unfortunately, the lack of development and lack of depth hit us in 2007. And that was a 3-9 season. That's the worst season I had as a Notre Dame fan, 3-9. He could just, he was a NFL coach. He wasn't a college coach when it comes down to it. Still has deep roots here in South Bend with Hannah's house and whatnot. Nevertheless, Brian Kelly came in. I believe that was the year you were born, if I recall. So you didn't know any better. But still, as things started, we had some rough seasons there out of the gate. When we saw Grimace for the first time, purple face. My gosh, if that meme will never go away. Old Grimace showed his face in Notre Dame Stadium, and frankly, that's all he's known for now. But made that run in 2012, Micah, and I remember at that point we had 2 young children at home, 2 and 1, you and your sister, and basically the national championship game was in Miami. I told your mom, either we go to Miami for the national championship game or I buy a new TV. We watched it at home. So I got a new TV. We invited a bunch of people over, and I made the mistake, Micah, of posting it on Facebook and saying, hey, if anybody doesn't have a place to watch the game tonight, you can come to our house. It's open. We had a spread like none other, like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen. And there were national people calling in as well, that Notre Dame was going to win this game. They had picked us to win. Obviously, nothing close, but we got absolutely slaughtered. The room, and we probably had 40 people at our house. You could hear a mouse going across the floor at halftime. And then there's people that were in attendance that just didn't know when to stop talking. We weren't in the mood to talk. And that was that. But that's our national championship story from 2012. And then again, a good season in 2015, your first season attending a game. Got to see us slaughter UMass. What was the score of that game?
63 to
13? Whatever it was. It was a slaughter fest. Had a good team, but again, had some things, dynamics at play there that just didn't happen. And then in 2016, 4-8. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Frankly, looking back on it, Brian Kelly should have been fired after that season. Brian Kelly's a sweet talker. He's a politician. And I know exactly how he spoke to the administration and athletic director, Jack Swarbrick. I can just see it happening. You know how it is. Like, you've seen his press conferences. He got himself in the good, and he made changes after 2016 that needed to take place. His heart didn't change, I can tell you that. But he made changes organizationally that set us up for success the next 5 years. We had 10-win seasons 5 years in a row, at least 10-win seasons 5 years in a row, until he decided to bolt without much notice.
Well, also, he couldn't win the big games either.
Oh, we always lost the big games. Always lost the big games. We would get there, and it's like, hey, hope for the best, but whatever. We just got used to it. And by golly, in 2021 in November, my phone melted in my hand. Like, it would not stop blowing up. People texting, all sorts of questions. Like, I knew what was going on, but everybody's just going off. Oh my gosh, Brian Kelly's leaving for LSU. And, word got out quick, and he had a quick, 3 to 5 minute meeting with the team, basically said sayonara and took off. What a sour taste. What a tarnished legacy Brian Kelly left in South Bend after a good chunk of success. Again, I think you'll agree, he's a good football coach. He's going to get you 8 to 10 wins a year, maybe 11 on a good year. You're not going to win the big game.
No.
Him and James Franklin, you got Grimace and a baked bean right next to each other. What a combination. You ever had McDonald's and baked beans together? That's basically what James Franklin is to Brian Kelly. Oh my gosh. I just, looking back on it, we were so fooled, all of us fans. And again, the video of Matt Bayless, the old strength and conditioning coach, introducing Marcus Freeman to the team when that decision was made. I still get chills when I see that to this day. Travis. Oh yeah. Some of the Oregon State faithful, Michigan State coach Jonathan Smith was on that team. Oh my gosh. There's another one. I feel bad for him. It doesn't sound like he's going to be there much longer. And then he was the quarterback. And oh yeah, TJ Hushmanzada. How could I forget?
I don't know what it is.
He had a fine NFL career. He's been done for a long time, but not Chad Ochocinco level. Which, did he even play when you were old enough to?
No, but I know who he is.
Yeah. So, thank you for that, Travis. And then, of course, we forgot to mention when Brian Kelly came to Notre Dame, he dipped out of Cincinnati before their bowl game, if I recall. And man, those players were pissed. Man, they were so mad. Bolted and came to Notre Dame. And again, Grimace is the story. So, yep, we know exactly how those Cincinnati fans feel now. But my gosh, again, we were so fooled, but he did lay the groundwork for Marcus Freeman's Notre Dame team. And all we needed was somebody with a heart and a soul. And that's what we have. And that is why we can be proud. Micah, you heard about the recruit that committed to LSU the day after Brian Kelly was fired.
I saw that 3-star, I think.
Does that say something to you? It says that nobody wants to play for Brian Kelly. Let's be honest. I don't know if LSU is going to win another game. Well, I take that back. Their standing coach, I'm drawing a blank on his name. I don't have stats in front of me. Everything I can gather, he's a stand-up guy. the one thing I'll say for Brian Kelly and his staff members tend to make a great step forward.
Well, their
in their
offensive
next step.
coordinator was fired.
Oh yeah, Joe Brady, right?
Mhm.
That his name? No, Sloan. Joe Sloan. Yeah, he gone. I don't know. Man, the sideline of Saturday's game, watching that Texas A&M LSU game, it was a morgue on the sideline. Like those guys were all pissed off at each other. They hated their coach, and you can see it ever more now looking back on it. And frankly, there's been players who graduated from Notre Dame during the Brian Kelly era who said, very frankly, we weren't there for Notre Dame, or we weren't there for Brian Kelly. We were there for Notre Dame, and we were there for what Notre Dame was, to the point where they said, forget what he does or says. We're not worried about him. We're here for us. We're here for Notre Dame, and that's why we're going to perform to the level we're going to perform. It's so sweet to see he had it coming. And Micah, let me get your take on this. What's Brian Kelly's next move? What's he going to do?
Virginia Tech's open. I'm trying to think what other college.
So you think he's going to coach again?
Yeah, on a lower D1 school.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a pretty big ego.
He's not going to get another offer from a higher D1 school.
I wouldn't think so, but there's a lot of chatter about Penn State today.
He's not going
Why?
to Penn State.
Why would you do that?
James Franklin was rumored to be talking with Virginia Tech.
I think that would be a great move for James Franklin. That makes all sorts of sense. Travis, Frank Wilson is the interim for LSU. Thank you. Good old Frank. Frank, you're my boy.
I would like to say something about Brian Kelly's best win.
Let's go.
Yeah. 2020, Notre Dame versus Clemson.
Clemson.
That's the thing. Trevor Lawrence was out.
Yeah, DJ.
Their starting lineup, their best defensive player was out.
Yeah. Counts as a win. Nobody looks back on it different.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if Trevor Lawrence was playing in that game, we would have lost. Just like the ACC championship.
Well, obviously, the true color is shown at that point because Trevor Lawrence is.
Everybody was healthy.
Talent. Yeah. I'll never forget that day. Number one, I had COVID, and I was just so lucky that I had ordered another new TV. Granted, that was 8 years after I bought my last TV for our basement, and it was delivered the Friday before the Clemson game. And I'm stuck in the basement. At the time, we didn't know any better. We isolated, and I was down in the basement by myself. You came down.
I watched the whole game.
Watched the game with me, but we just, opposite sides of the couch.
And then we ran a lap in our
then we ran out in the yard, screaming at the top of our lungs at whatever. It was a night game, so it was 11:30 at night or whatever. But that was fun. And man, there was actually our buddy Josh, who sits 2 rows behind us, was there for that game.
How would you even be able to get into that game?
I think they were letting employees in. Maybe that.
I know students were able to go.
Yeah, students and employees or select employees. I can't remember what his wife does. I want to say she's in guest services or something along those lines. But Josh was there, and hey, lucky him. We just enjoyed it from home. But that's your favorite win ever in your time? No.
That's Brian Kelly's best win in Notre Dame.
Brian Kelly's best win in general. Yeah, I'd agree with you there. Yep.
My favorite one's Penn State.
Oh, in your lifetime?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Okay, so you think Brian Kelly's going to coach again? You think Virginia Tech would be a good landing spot?
Trying to think what other head coaching jobs. Florida.
Michigan State's going to open, it sounds like. If he coaches again, and I'll get to that in a second.
He's not going to coach in the SEC, though.
No, I think he learned a hard lesson there.
Either lower Big Ten, lower at ACC, or higher.
I think any ACC school would take him.
Really?
I mean, not Miami, but North Carolina. There's no way Belichick's coming back.
I think he will.
Why? What's the point? What does he have to prove?
He has a recruiting class coming in.
Does he?
Yeah, as long as they don't flip. I mean, he just got to
commit over the weekend.
Had a Penn State flip his commitment in North Carolina.
I mean, whatever. Have at it. Anyway, I could see Brian Kelly at Michigan State. But I don't think he's going to coach again. I think I think he's been humiliated once and for all. Like maybe humbled is a better way to put it. And frankly, that's what he needed. I mean, again, we're not on the inside. We just get to hear stories about things that happen around Notre Dame with him involved.
Have you seen all the stuff about like recent players have been saying?
Oh yeah, recent and former players. Like, man, that LSU.
I saw something where like after Kyron Lacey died, Brian Kelly didn't reach out to his family, and like the rest of the staff did.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some mixed stories on that too, but whatever. Yeah, we can get, I don't want to get into all that, but it was obvious that he burned a lot of bridges at Notre Dame and at LSU. And finally that day's over. So he's getting a big payday. And again, he got a big payday at Notre Dame. That guy's made plenty of money over his last 15 to 16 years coaching. And they don't need it, honestly. I would just maybe do a little TV. But people are going to see through that fake stuff again.
Why would he go like be a broadcaster? He's going to get flamed.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that gets back to the embarrassment that he's experienced. Although he was out eating in a restaurant by himself the next day.
That.
So
a large thing of queso?
Yeah, I guess I'll take the large queso today. That'll be $27. Ah, the large queso indeed. So I guess he's not that embarrassed or ashamed, but yeah, I don't think he's going to coach again, but Vatek or MSU, I could see that if it does happen. Just kind of a mid-tier program with a decent upside. Who's getting the LSU job? Got to be Kiffin.
He's not going to leave.
No? I don't.
Ed, or how do you say his last name?
Orgeron?
Orgeron.
No.
Do you see how see that today?
Uh-uh.
He said, "I'd love to come back and coach at LSU."
They're not going to bring him back.
I don't know.
It was a zoo when he was fired. It was a zoo. It was, if it wasn't out of control, it was going to spiral out of control.
Well, he said he'd be like a coordinator too.
Oh,
for
okay.
LSU.
I'll give him a coordinator job. Yeah.
Like, he just wants to be back in coaching
In a heartbeat. He fits LSU. I can tell you that. He's passionate. He doesn't give a crap what anybody thinks about him. He's not a politician. He's not talking to both sides. Like, he's just going to tell you how it is. I always appreciated that in the time he was a coach. But yeah, not a head coach. You don't think Kiffin would jump to LSU? LSU is rated one of the top 5 jobs in college football.
No, I don't think he's going to jump.
Ole Miss is probably top 20, maybe.
Unless they offer him a huge payout.
They're going to pay. LSU is going to pay.
But I think Ole Miss would match.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
I like what Kiffin's doing down at Ole Miss. It's been fun to watch.
They're going to be good.
Yeah. I'm pulling for the Fighting Kiffsters over there. Who's going to be the coach at Florida?
Oof. I don't know.
You can't go Franklin.
No.
You can't go.
You cannot coach in the SEC.
No. You can't go to the Big Ten either. So, man, Travis, who do you think is going to coach at Florida? Of course, there's UCLA hanging out there too. Who cares? That's not a prominent program. Hasn't been a prominent program since the year 2000, basically. Let's see. What other openings are there? Drawing a blank right now. There's a lot.
There's 8 jobs.
That's for sure. Let's see.
Penn State,
Arkansas. Yeah. Franklin could go there.
He's still not going to win any.
No. Oklahoma State.
No.
That's a hidden gem, my friend. The Pokes. There's a lot of money there. A lot of money. Their big donor, I think he passed away. T. Boone Pickens, big oil guy. Big oil, everything at Oklahoma State's campus is financed by T. Boone Pickens. Thank you. That's the name of their football stadium. T. Boone Pickens Field or whatever. Stanford, probably. I don't think they're going to bring Frank Reich back. That's just a he just did Andrew Luck a favor
Mm-hmm.
by coaching out there at UCLA. Oregon State, again, NIL for Oregon State's a tough business. University of Alabama, Birmingham, who cares? So yeah, top jobs, Penn State, Virginia Tech, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, Stanford could be good. Michigan State's probably coming. Boston College might be coming. But again, it's just a tough place. When you're in a huge market like Boston College is in Boston, money's getting tossed around everywhere. It's not going to a college, that's for sure. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
In Florida.
Kiffin to Florida. I can see it. Honestly, Ole Miss and Florida are probably comparable jobs right now.
The only thing that sucks with Florida is their facilities.
Need some help. Need some love. I think Kiffin could get a fan base behind him. That's for sure. Yeah, I've really come to enjoy him. Couldn't stand him when he was on staff at or when he coached USC or on staff at USC and all that stuff. But really like the mannerisms and his philosophies and how he handles his players. Do you understand Travis's comment there, Micah? Do you have to be 40 to coach Oklahoma State? You've heard me say it before,
all
right?
Their coaches are older.
No. Come at me. I'm a man. I'm 40. You haven't seen that clip? Mike Gundy. Man, that was at 2008, maybe 2010. All these writers were just bashing their starting quarterback. And Mike Gundy gets up there and he says, this is a kid. This is a kid who does things right, goes to class, gets good grades, active in the community, a great football player. And all you guys do is rip him down. And he said, you want to come after somebody? Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. And he went on for that for like 5 minutes. Classic scene. But to answer your question, no. But I would love for somebody to turn 40 while on staff there and just reenact that in some form or another, just to bring light to it. Man, he really fell off the rails quick, Mike Gundy. They were always 10, 11 win teams. And then the last couple of years just absolutely went sideways. One of my college roommates is a huge Oklahoma State fan. And my room was decked out in Notre Dame. My side of the room was decked out in Notre Dame, and his was decked out in Oklahoma State. And we had a friendly rivalry between the two of us, even though our teams never played until the 2021
Tech Slayer Bowl.
Yeah. Where Marcus Freeman's first game as a coach. We should have won that game, but lessons learned. Wow. Anything else you got on old BK there? No. Good riddance.
Yeah.
I am so
He had
thankful.
really good coordinator hires, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, till Joe Sloan. But we got Mike Denbrock. He did hire Mike Mickens his last year. Like, a lot of people don't know that. For some reason, people think Mickens came with Freeman. But no, Brian Kelly hired Mike Mickens in 2020. And we were already starting to see an uptick in secondary recruiting. And when Clark Lee left to go to Vanderbilt to be the head coach from being defensive coordinator, Mickens was the one that said something to BK about you got to talk to Marcus Freeman. And lo and behold, he came to Notre Dame, and now he's he's almost my favorite coach of all time. He's darn close. Win a natty, and that's it.
Mike Mickens?
You got it. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Marcus Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite coach. Lou Holtz. For any of us that are around for those days, probably still our favorite coach, but Freeman is inching closer and closer. Oh, man.
I was going to say something. I forgot.
Oh, go with it.
I forgot.
Oh, come on. We were talking about coaches, talking about Mike Mickens, talking about Joe Brady, Mike Denbrock.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Well, is that it from you? That's it from me. I have a splitting headache, friends. Hey, we're looking forward to Saturday, 3:30 next week. Wednesday night, we'll be here to talk about that Boston College game, and we're going to look forward to the night game on the 9th. Navy, of all games at night. We still don't know why that was, but hey, we'll embrace it. hopefully the government shutdown's over by then and we can get a nice little flyover. That'd be pretty sweet. Fall back on Sunday. So get an extra hour of sleep, enjoy it, stay up late watching football. We'll be talking about our experiences come next Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. So again, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm the dad.
I'm the lad.
And this is the Dad and Lad podcast.